But that whole fight scene itself, like we were saying, was way better than we saw most of the Bond movies.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause for a second. Well, we're still gonna be on. I'm just gonna pause. I had it on mute. Jesus Christ. Let me just.
Were we all muted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we're still recorded.
Go to the midget. And,
You need a gig visa files in New York City.
Different type
About
of
Christmas
he's
then.
doing all his own stuff.
That you don't have. That's why I.
So they knew it was. It's also funny to see. Makes for a great.
For what?
Shane is looking at.
Okay, we're good. I put it back on record, so we start again.
Oh, again?
No, I mean we're
No.
we can start where we left off. What's Shane got?
Correct grammar.
What did he say? He sent us text about the cast.
No,
It's not right.
I think it's Katie saying.
Yeah, I know, but I've gotten arguments about this before, and I don't want to. You can probably hear us on the podcast right
It's
now.
on. It's on. Oh, yeah, we're back on.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we've been recording. Yeah, we're recording.
Okay.
I can delete that.
Okay.
But I was saying we're live on Twitch. So you can hear us.
Okay, so now
go back to where you just were. Back it up. I don't know where it was. We left off. Was
Best scenes.
All right, so I would go with the McLean. The second one would be McLean makes his presence known, makes his first kill, killing one of the brothers, strangles him to death. But the fight scene itself was actually,
I don't think that was really him killing him. Well, he was strangling him and broke his neck and down the stairs.
But I mean, whatever. He makes his presence known. He makes a kill. Like I was trying to say, like the fight scene is better than pretty much anything that we saw in any of the Bond fights until we get to Daniel Craig. So that was good. But then, makes it how, like I say, he makes his presence known is like, now I have a machine gun, and he writes it on the body and sends it down, so.
And he also writes ho ho ho.
Ho,
it's
ho,
a
ho,
Christmas
yeah, I
movie.
know.
That's right.
But I mean, like, it's.
So we're tying it back
and
to
it's
Christmas.
in red, which is a Christmas color. He's got the little Santa hat on.
Yeah, oh, Jesus.
It's true.
So, yeah, so there was.
All he needed was fucking lights around his neck and be like, oh my goodness, he's a fucking Christmas tree.
There's that one. The next one I have is, I call it The Deal. That's when, what's his name? Ellis. Is trying to, like set up the whole.
Hans
like
Booby.
Yeah.
Hey, capiche?
Yeah. I was just like, man, this guy's such a fucking sleazeball. But, like, he seems like. I feel like he missed his calling. Like he should have probably been in the movie Wall Street or Wolf of Wall Street. It was just like
Wolf of Wall Street. Rounders maybe started off there at the time.
He was just like, it's just such a total cheeseball. And he's like, I can make this deal happen. We could do shit. He's like, I close people in the morning all the time. It was just the way he was going about it. And then, he's trying to give up McLean, but then McLean's like obviously smart enough to realize he's like, don't say anything. And then, you get the whole chatter with the police, and the police are just like, I can't let him kill that guy, and he's like, what are you, not paying attention? Like, so that whole so that whole scene.
Deputy
then you
Chief, you suck.
So then I guess you got like my next scene would be like McLean versus Gruber, and was it Carl at the time that's left?
Yeah. Oh wait, at the very end?
Not at the very end when they're in the window, like the hole where they're shooting the glass out. That's where I was just like,
That's Carl, this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, it's just one of those like, I've never seen so many goddamn windows in a building everywhere, and obviously like.
Oh, you're talking about the scene where he shoots the glass out.
Yeah.
I thought you meant further on before the fight.
Yeah, no. So he just shoots the glass out, and he's he gets the iconic cut in his foot, all that sort of stuff. He's got to like walk across, but I guess for Gruber realizing that he was didn't have shoes on, smart play right there. So
the glass.
And he says it in German. The guy doesn't understand him, but he speaks German.
Yeah.
I can't throw you over the gunshots.
Yeah, and I guess
the glass.
Yeah, and I guess everything after that, like I'll leave it with one more, and it's just a quick thing. It's at the end, and it's the Gruber fall. That's it. I can't say anything else. It's like the whole ending was okay, but until you get Hans falling, and he just. That slow-mo is just perfect.
So the reunion of him and his wife, And then
I liked his wife. I like what his wife punching Thornburg.
And then coming out and meeting Sergeant Al Powell, I think was his name.
No, I'm okay. I'm good with
for
what
the
I got.
first time. So you're telling me you hate Christmas movies because this is actually, they got to the realization.
I have that in my notes. Al and McLean meet. Carl's still alive. Thornburg punched. I have it in my scenes.
Go ahead, Kev. That's great.
So just to throw some stuff out there, I do like it might fall into the same scene you started with, the whole thing being set up. I do like the scene with Takagi and Hans in the office when he's going over the actual plan. Gives him the count of 3, and that's when you know he's not fucking around, because on 3 immediately. Right to the head, not a double tap, but still just the one shot.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that key turn, like 1, 2, 3, turn. No, it was 1, 2, 3, done. Not 1, 2, 3, shoot. It was 1, 2, 3, bam.
Yeah,
he's trying to make up excuses, and Hans is just like, no, we've got.
I'm not counting the 4.
So I have that. I'll put in also the scene where Al first shows up, also driving up in the car. And McLean's got to find some way to get his attention, and he's like, and it is also the same time as the scene where the one guy's chasing him over the table, which is ridiculous. You can shoot through the table the whole time. I don't know why. Neither of us thought of that the entire way.
Yep.
But the movie had to be 1 minute long. Well, is he shooting through or is he shooting around?
No, he's shooting through the table, but he thinks he's not sure exactly where he's at. He's like, "You run out of table." It's like, okay.
So I'll go with that. Al's in the lobby, and the one guy who's pretending to watch I think it's a USC Notre Dame game.
Yes.
So I have that scene up until McLean has to get his attention and throws the guy's body out the window. So effective, and it works.
It did.
So I have that. I like the scene right in, I guess it's probably a little bit more than the middle, but it's when Hans goes to actually check the detonators or whatever it was, the wiring that was out there to figure out what was going on.
Yes.
And he tricks McLean. Well, you think he tricked McLean at first into thinking he's just some regular guy.
Uh-huh.
And then you find out when McLean gives him the gun, he's like, he kind of figured he was full of shit the whole time, probably.
Yes. Yeah, I got that too, because I call that the Hans and McLean meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
Because the entire movie, there are... Like, you should hear Hans in the background, but you don't see him. When he's in the elevator looking down, when he's there in the meeting, he's, like, sitting down against the... I forgot the guy's name again. What's his name? Takayachi? Takachi. So you just always... You don't see him yet. Us as the viewers see him, but, the protagonist does not see him yet, so he has no idea who it is. So I thought that was very nice. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's all right. But I just thought it was interesting because a lot of movies like this, the quote-unquote the good guy and the bad guy don't ever really meet during during the middle of the film until they get to the actual end part. And here it's almost like they're just like kind of like buddy for a little bit. Hey, my name's Clay.
Yeah.
Want one of those cigarettes?
Oh yeah.
And then like when you're watching it, I'd forgotten the whole premise with the gun, but I remembered before he actually shot. I was like, oh right, he gave him a gun with no bullets in it. So yeah, so good call. And then just to add one more scene, it's basically like probably like the last 20 minutes of like the actual, like you have the fall scene with Hans, but also go right before that when they're on the roof. And one of my it's not my favorite scene from the movie, but one of my favorite scenes is McLean with the fire hose jumping off the side of the building, shooting the glass out, going back in. The FBI guys mistake him for a terrorist and try to take him down.
Yes.
But so I have that as another scene also.
Jay Weezy in the chat said the same thing. Roof jump is the best scene of the movie.
Yeah.
That's what he says. For me, I like the limo ride with Argyle. First of all, he's sitting in the fucking front seat.
He's never been in a limo.
Teddy Bear's a VIP. You see the size of that thing?
In the back. Then I like meeting Al for the first time. I think he was buying the Twinkies, was it? So, and it's like...
I thought you cops like donuts.
It's from my wife.
Yeah, sure it is.
Yeah, sure. She's pregnant.
Okay.
And I can't believe you guys didn't say the McLean in the air duct iconic scene. I love that scene. He's...
I've had too many things where I've read online that you would instantly fall through the air duct if you ever did that in real life. So whenever I watch this movie, the first thing I think, because I didn't know that when I first saw it, but then so much has been written about that where I'm just like, oh, that would never happen.
Yeah, because
I can suspend disbelief on everything else, like the fire hose not snapping from his weight going off the building, or the wheel not stopping against the side of the building instead of just rolling over anyway. But I get mad at the air duct scene.
Is this also the first time anyone's ever been in the air duct like that first?
Probably.
Because I feel like they do
what other movies has been like? How many people are in air ducts?
Who's Harry Crumb?
I was gonna say I can see one in my head. But I can't picture
yeah.
John, if they could hold John Candy, it could easily hold.
No, it was a more recent film. It's
I think it's an Austin Powers.
The Cloverfield sequel. What was it called? 19 Cloverfield Lane.
10
Cloverfield Lane.
Cloverfield
She's in the
Lane.
air duct and the guy's like stabbing through or something like that at one point.
But I think
obviously that's
I think
much
this
more.
is the first time you ever seen someone in air duct like that.
Probably.
Could be, yeah, I don't know.
Which is the best air duct scene?
John Candy.
You think so?
Who's Harry Crumb?
I don't remember. I've seen the movie. I don't remember. The only thing I remember from that movie is the fake beard over the vagina.
I want to say.
But he gets, it's literally in the same, almost right after that, because then he's in there and then he gets like blown out because the air conditioning is so. He's like,
yeah. Okay, right.
I would like to.
It gets blown through the door.
I think Shane would agree with me on this one. It would be the Boondock Saints one where they're inside.
Oh yeah,
crawling
you and your
to there.
fucking rope.
Yeah, you and your fucking rope, huh? Because we give you a fucking rope, they start fighting the thing, and they fall through.
Oh, that's another good one then.
So I would think
Those are the top two. Then
I'd say Shane would probably agree with me on the Boondock Saints one.
This is probably the most famous one, though, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. There's Christmas ornaments of that one. Oh my God, what a surprise! Christmas ornaments of that on someone's tree. Shane, I bet you have one.
I'm pretty sure he does.
I said all right. And instead of the final scene, what I went for is Al killing the Vigo-looking guy at the end. I don't know. So, and Jay Weez in the chat says that guy is also in Beer Fest.
Oh, he's one of the Germans.
He's
then,
one of
I
the
guess.
German. Yeah,
Obviously, yeah.
Duh, German here.
He must have been on the Canadian team, right?
Eight.
That's right. I've been stupid before, and I'll do it again.
And Jay Weez also mentions the thanks to the Harry Crumb. He's like, that was a sturdy vent.
Goddamn right. That dude's like 350 pounds.
They don't make it use to, obviously. And I said for this, it was tough for me though. For those are the scenes I pretty much have, because it's just tough. Because this movie, I love this movie, and I can't really pick. It's more small moments. That's where it is. It's not like a big scene like a lot of the ones we had before, right?
I would just say, if you even think about it, like any like quote unquote action scene in this movie, like I said, it's still good.
Yes.
So we didn't mention. Well, no, you kind of briefly went over the glass shooting scene, but the table scene we were just talking about also.
The table scene.
We didn't mention the fight with the guy at the very end. I mentioned it when we were talking about the actual way the action film works, but that fight's really good also.
And or the gunfight on top of the roof, we're trying to get him,
Yeah.
and then he goes through there, and then leads to.
Or the fact they got fucking missiles and they blow up the fucking tank.
Oh yeah, the rocket.
Yeah,
launchers.
the rocket launchers.
Hit it again.
God damn it, Hans!
Yeah.
You proved your point. Let him clear out.
Thank you. Hit it again. So
Take it
it's
under
just
consideration, or whatever he says.
what else? Yeah, so it's just tough to see. To like actually make, I said moments. It's more like small, quick little moments that happen to this, because it's just like it just continues. It flows so well. You can't really like, in a sense, break the movie up. It's just you really can't feel like there's always a beginning, a middle, and the end. But this one just flows so smoothly. There's not really much transition in between. It's exactly the entire like however long it takes place in a night, and then it ends that same night. So. All right, moving on. Favorite quotes, Kev. What you got for us? Some favorite quotes.
All right. Well, so as usual, I have a bunch written down. So let me see what I'm going to go through as
Very
I do
nice.
this. Just when we mentioned the whole thing about the touchscreen at the very beginning, when Bruce Willis is checking it out, or McClane, whatever you want to call him. It says cute toy, and the receptionist goes, "Yeah, if you have to take a leak, it'll even help you find your zipper." So, that's pretty good. I do like. The Hans Gruber quote again. It's the movie villain big speech. He doesn't go into his whole plan, but when he first goes into Takachi's little place where he has the model of the overpass they're working on, whatever.
Yes.
Which how do overpasses make money? Why is that a big money making thing for them? Just because they got the contract, I guess, right?
I guess.
Probably. You saw how beautiful that thing was. You know how much that thing had to be.
Those trees were like 10,000 pop for a tree.
But anyway, when he's doing his intro speech, he says, "And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer. Benefits of a classical education." That's why you stay in school, kids. But anyway,
I know
if you want
that.
if you want to be a movie villain one day, you have to have that classical education ready to go for
That's
the big
right.
quotes. I'm sure Goldfinger had something like that also. Yeah, but anyway, proofreading. So I had, it's not necessarily a quote, but just on the guy's shirt, "Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho." After I think it's right after that also, when he's trying to put the guy's shoes on because he took the other ones off. 9 million terrorists in the world, and I got to kill the one with feet smaller than my sister.
Yep.
So he's barefoot the rest of the way.
There we go. That's it.
The police call is fantastic from start to finish on the radio. dispatcher picks up and says this is a crank call or whatever. She says, "Attention, whoever you are. This channel is reserved for emergency calls only." No fucking shit, lady. Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
I know. It's like, we'll just send one car over.
It's so small. It's when he kills the terrorist right before he meets Hans. He pulls the cigarettes off him. For whatever reason, I laughed when he pulls the cigarettes off and goes, "Oh, these are very bad for you." And then when he has the phone call with Hans right after, obviously, probably the most iconic line for the movie, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker."
Yeah.
So there you go.
Indeed.
I'll just do one more. It's when the two Johnsons are in the helicopter, which, by the way, Big Johnson and Little Johnson, phenomenal. Much better than Pussy Galore. Absolutely hilarious. That's what they're called in this movie. And then there's the one, actually, before that,
no
I don't have it written down.
No relation.
He answers the phone and goes, "This is Agent Johnson." And he's like, No, the other one. But when they're in the helicopter, the older guy's like, "It's fucking like Saigon, ain't it, Slick?" And the guy's like, "I was in junior high, dickhead." And when I heard that line, I just wanted to say, dickhead's a fantastic insult. I feel like dickhead doesn't get used enough anymore. We gotta bring dickhead back. So those are the quotes I have.
All right, I like it.
Solid ones, Brian. What you got for us, dickhead?
Well, Kev already got you had to throw the yippee-ki-yay in there. I like the one. It's like he's just like whispering to him, so like, "Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs."
Inside the air vent.
Yeah.
Does he say like feels like a TV dinner?
Yep, that's another one. Yeah, I was like right after. So now I know what a TV dinner feels like.
Oh, that's what it is.
Another one. Who's driving this car? Stevie Wonder. Then I like the other one when he comes through. He's like, when he first gets into the party, he meets was it Takashi? I feel the head of.
Yeah.
Hans?
No. It was Takashi when he meets up
right?
with his wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the Pearl Harbor one?
Oh,
yeah. You throw quite a party. I didn't realize they celebrated Christmas in Japan. He's like, "Hey, we're flexible. Pearl Harbor didn't work out, so we got you with tape decks." It's like, oh, that one gets me every time. It was good. And then I think just the way Hans says it, he's like, "Who said we were terrorists?" Just because his whole demeanor. You could pick a couple other ones from like Hans, but I didn't go into it because I feel like his were always like longer and stuff like that. So I was just like, the way he delivers his whole.
Here's your miracle, the FBI.
The way he delivers everything in this movie was really, really well done. So that's what makes him such a good villain.
Fantastic. Wasn't he? He was also in Robin Hood, right?
Yeah, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah, that fucking cocksucker.
The spoon is dull, it'll hurt more.
Yeah. So I can tear his heart out. And all right, Brian, you done for quotes?
Yeah, I'm done for quotes.
Okay, so I got the same one as inside how I've come to the coast. Good to have you like that one. Yippee-ki-yay. Without a doubt, yippee-ki-yay. So I feel like this is where we're heading for another award. Hans Gruber, and with the we just said Kev, the classical education. Let's see, another Hans Gruber one was touching cowboy, touching. Or should I call you Mr. McClane, Mr. Officer John McClane of the New York Police Department? I like that because he finally realizing, oh fuck, he knows who I am. I'll take another one, please. That's not a quote. That's me asking for another beverage. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Then let's fucking after they got blown up on the roof, Dwayne T. Robinson, Deputy Chief of Police. We're gonna need some more FBI guys, I guess.
He does have some good one-liners in there.
I was like, I fucking sound like that's fucked up.
He might be a fucking bartender.
So, wasn't he the principal in
Breakfast Club? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Can you describe the ruckus?
And then again, I like Sergeant Al Powell. The man is hurting. He's alone, tired. He hasn't seen diddly squat from anybody down here. Now you're gonna stand there and tell me that he's gonna give a damn about what you do to him if he makes it out of there alive? Why don't you wake up and smell what you've been shoveling? So, yeah, That's what I'm talking about.
He's the
And
dad from Family Matters.
that's right. Yeah. And then we have Harry.
He's a cop in that too, right?
Damn
Yes,
right.
he is. Yeah.
Officer Winslow.
Yeah, that's
Talk
actually.
about typecasting.
Yeah. Then we got Harry Ellis. Yeah. Hey, babe, I negotiate $1 million deals for breakfast. I think I can handle this Euro trash. I had to throw him in there. He fucking sucks, but I like that. And then Hans. Booby. So, that's what I have for quotes. And for me, so I guess right here we'll take a break. We will come back. Our buddy Jay Weezy got fucking
Time outed.
Oh yeah. So hopefully by the time we'll be back, he'll be back. He had a lot of messages to send, about 13 of them. So we'll see what he's got. He hasn't texted me in a bit to see what's going on. Let's take a quick break, and then we will be back. Cheers.
Shane. There's that one. Bird.
And then
I got it.
Hey, we're flexible. Pearl Harbor didn't work out, so we got here with tape decks.
just another American who saw too many movies as a child. Another orphan of a bankrupt culture who thinks John Wayne, Rambo, Marshall Dillon. And we're back. Reels, Bros, Reels. I don't know the fucking name. RB2 podcast. Reels, Bros, and Bros. We are back. Let's go to the.
He just started his second beer.
Thank God we can hear you guys. Thank you. All right, everyone can unmute their mics. So we had a quick chat about this message. So let's figure this out. Thank you to everyone that reached out to wish Shane and me a happy birthday. This is all over the place. Double exclamation point. So I think if we take out the 2 in the beginning and say thank you everyone that reached out to wish Shane and I a happy birthday, it'll sound a lot better.
So the reason why you would use me or I in a sentence depends on what the subject or the object of the sentence is. If you're the subject of the sentence, the thing that is doing the action, it would be I. If you are the thing being acted upon, you are the object of the sentence, it would be me. I really don't feel like thinking about this. I'm off the clock right now. So, if you want me to sit here and look at it, I almost feel like the subject of the sentence are the people that are wishing Shane and Katie a happy birthday. So that would make them the object, which means me would be correct. But I don't want to think about this anymore.
Me feel English? That's impossible.
You know what? You know who would answer this? Hans Gruber. He had the benefits of a classical education.
Couldn't they have just used myself instead of me?
Don't add even more factors to this. I don't even want to think about that either.
But I feel it works like both ways. Like if you just did it, I want to thank everyone for reaching out.
Whose mic is?
Here's the thing that I would normally say. If I was grading this, if I actually knew it was an error, I would probably circle and just move on with my life and not even tell them what was wrong, because it really doesn't affect the meaning at all. Everyone knows what you mean when you are saying that. But if you're going to be a Nazi about it, I'm under the impression that Shane and me is correct. Because again, I'm assuming because they mentioned everyone that wished them happy birthday, I think they're being thanked. I think they're the subject of the sentence. So if Shane and Katie are the object, the people being thanked, Shane and me is fine. Okay. So, did you guys see the tits in this movie? Fantastic, right? That's what we're talking about now. No more nerd shit.
Who knew SAT prep was coming in? Got him.
Thank you for coming to my Princeton review class.
This is my TED Talk. All right, so let's move on. So now, let's finish this podcast out. All right, movie awards. Best quote. It has to be Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. This is the most iconic quote throughout numerous...
Yeah, it's even on like the top 100 quotable like best quotes of all time for movies. So,
I'm agreeing with you, but just to be more fun, if we're going to do that, I'm going to say that if we're going to say "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker" is the best quote of the movie, I would like it to be when Hans Gruber says it instead at the end. What was it you said to me? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you want his? I want to have his rendition of the quote to be the actual best.
Yeah. Okay.
And if just to be different, if I was that's the quote I had also, but you give a shout out to what do you think I'm ordering a fucking pizza? I want to quote that one also. That was my other favorite line from the movie.
How about the best written quote in this movie? Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho. Right?
It's either that or just when he wrote "Merry Christmas" on the wall. Right? What other written things are here?
That's true. No, it has to be.
It's just ho ho ho. I have a machine gun.
Is it
ho,
now?
Ho, ho, yeah. Now I have a machine gun.
Ho ho ho. Yep. So I think that's a fantastic. Probably the best ever.
Like I said, he writes "Merry Christmas" on the wall also. So Christmas movie.
Yeah. Jesus.
He's trying to get the terrorists in the holiday spirit, and you know why they die? Because they don't get that holiday spirit, Brad. That's the lesson of.
They're Germans.
That's the Germans have Christmas. His name is Claus, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. That's right. That's him. Let's see what else. So I guess we can agree on that. Any other difference you want to throw out there? Something minor, like my wife's pregnant.
This is Agent Johnson. No, the other one.
No, the other one. Or dickhead. Was that it? No.
No, that's when they're in the helicopter.
Yeah.
It's like I was in. He's like, this reminds me of Saigon, right? And the guy's like, I was in fucking junior high, dickhead.
Yep.
Dickhead. I'm telling you, dickhead fall out of favor for some reason. It's a good insult.
It's good. It's very straight to the point. It's like, God damn. Okay. Best scene. What do you guys want to throw out for best scene there? Is it this one right here where the APC gets fucking slammed by some bazooka? Because that's like not rock.
That's Vigo Carpathian's big move of the movie.
Yeah, they all look like Vigo. So
when he said time is but a window, he was referring to those windows right there.
those windows.
If I'm going to throw my favorite scene out there, I'm honestly going to go with the Hans and McClane when Hans pretends to be a civilian in the building. That it's only like 5-ish minutes. It cuts away from something real quick, and then it goes back to him when he's making up the fake name and he gives him the gun. That's my favorite part of the movie. I mean, all the action sequences are great, but rewatching it, that was a cool scene. So I like that. I feel like all the action sequences, you can pick any one and make a good argument for it. So I'll go for the plot point instead.
I could get on board with that, but I'm just going to lean towards, just because it's so iconic, is with the 5 minutes, like with McClane saving the day and then Gruber falling. Like I feel like when I see this, when I like, oh, Die Hard, that's the first thing I picture is Hans falling.
Hans falling, like the
yeah. Just because I've never seen a better slow mo.
I do enjoy. I know it came up in another movie, and I was thinking about it. I couldn't think of which one. I probably
Die Hard with
looked
a
it up.
Vengeance.
But no. I'm thinking the scene where he's got the hands behind the head, but he's got the gun taped to his back. I know that comes up in something else also. Oh, I just thought of it. It's very different. Braveheart.
Yeah, well,
when Mel Gibson gives himself up and he's got his hands on the horse, but then he pulls the Morning Star out and whips the guy with it. Anyway, that was just cool watching that. But anyway.
But no, like I said, I just think that Gruber scene when he's falling is just so iconic, and every time you see like of a bad guy, like that's like the first thing. It's just like,
actually, you know what? This is probably the best action part of the movie. This fucking explosion rules.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that fucking cost them back.
But
in the
he's just like, oh, it keeps coming up. Like if you guys like when he throws the detonators down, like the bomb down, and just going up through the elevator shaft, and he keeps looking at it, be like, it's fucking not stopping. Just keep going.
That reminds me of the explosion when they blow up the Skynet building in Terminator 2. But that explosion looks fucking much better than that one.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
I tell you what, though, that little brick of C4 is not going to cause that amount of damage in a fucking... unless they hit a gas line on that floor. It's not possible. All right, so I agree with both yours. I feel like I'm going like in a different direction because I feel like these three scenes, when I think of this movie, these are... well, I'm going to throw mine in there, which is the air duct scene. Like, I want to say that one, Hans falling off, and then Hans and McClane meeting together. When I think of this movie, those three scenes always come to mind. Like, but my favorite in this is the air duct scene, because it's a Christmas ornament as of now. So.
If I was going to pick an action scene, I would agree with Jay Weezy from the chat. I would say my favorite action scene is the rooftop scene, and followed by the roof jump with the fire hose.
Yeah, because that's probably that action scene that you think about is like, man, this is like you've seen so many stuff like people rappelling down and coming in, breaking glass, shooting it through.
He's rappelling with the strap from the machine gun when he gets to the air ducts. Which how long is that strap, by the way? Come on now.
Yeah.
There's only one person I've ever seen do something better in a movie, rappel down that way. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but Machete.
No, I haven't seen it.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo, yeah.
He takes a dude's intestines and does the same thing.
That's too slippery.
He's wearing
but
gloves.
it's awesome.
It's not possible. As you put rappelling down with it, you're gonna pull it straight out because it's like what's it attached to? It's like a ligament.
I'm just saying.
So okay, I got it.
I'm just saying.
That's more believable. The MP5 onto that thing is more believable.
You wrap the guy's intestines around his spine first for the base.
That's possible, but then again, I'm pretty sure it'll rip.
Well, I don't think he was going that far. He was only going like one
floor.
Well, one floor down.
I see one floor.
But still.
Just jump. You're fine.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, no, when you have to jump out the window and go back in.
I know.
Got... I don't know.
Sorry for losing track. My bad. Intestines got everybody.
It does. All right. The Randy Watson Award, the best character. Who are we throwing out there?
This is tough. You got two iconic characters in here.
Well, this is the it's a co-championship for the MVP for these two.
Yeah.
Like John McClane and fucking Hans.
Yeah, I've tried to think of someone else who's like a smaller character in the movie. I had him first, but Hans is too good.
No, but I'm just saying because it fits the role. Like he's just fucking dancing in the back. He's like, "Yeah, girl, don't worry, I'm gonna see you. My boss thinks I'm trying to Vegas. Don't worry, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna hit it.
Yeah, it's great.
Like he's fucking making booty calls. He's doing everything.
He's fucking.
He's dropping some serious advice on John in the beginning. Like this fucking guy knows, So yeah, I'll go Argyle. And then I love at the end, he's like, "Oh man, if this is a Christmas party, can't imagine to see what New Year's is like." That was a quote we should have put in there.
There you go. Let's throw it in there. I see.
Yeah, so I'll go with Hans. Again, I tried to think of a small character. Like if I was going to pick anyone, I was going to go with Al, just because nice guy. Why not give him an award? Give him a little participation trophy.
Well, then it launched one of the best TV dads' careers of all time. So
But I'm going to go with Hans, and we've talked about Alan Rickman enough. But all-time accent.
Yes.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
So, and I'm just going with Hans. Great villain, cool, calm, collected. Well, most of the time.
I think only a couple times he freaked out.
Well, yeah, but
in this,
like at the beginning when all the other terrorists are freaking out, he's like, "Oh, the cops are here. This is going," and he's like, "This is all part of the plan. Just a little ahead of schedule. It's fine."
Yeah.
Right by the book. So I'm actually gonna go with Sergeant Al Powell.
Okay.
He's like Robin in this, and McClane's Batman. He's his support. He helps him out whenever he can from the outside that's going on there, give him tidbits of information, calls in the cavalry.
Emotional support?
Emotional support. You can't really much do other than that. But he saves him at the end. So every now and then. So he is, I like
he was my choice, but like because of, I was looking for someone that was only in the movie for just a short amount of time. So that's why I didn't go with Sergeant Al.
Right. Then I'll go with the centerfold poster that he walks by twice.
And he fucking high fives it.
I don't know. Was that a high five or was that something else?
I think it was like a high five. It's like,
it's more of a grope.
Yeah, it's something. Because he's like, I'm probably gonna die. As men, we probably want the same things. Like, that's probably the most.
If I'm gonna die, I'm dying going out looking at titties, basically.
Yeah, have to. Yeah, you see the boobies out there.
You die for the ones you love.
It's like, I've been shot at, I've been blown up, I'm off the roof, I have no shoes. But you know what? I know that post is there, and I like what I see, and it keeps me going. All right, Adrian Balboa, worst character. This is tough.
I'm doing a callback. I'll just go first. We're going back to Peck.
Yeah, that's I wanted to say.
When he shows up to the house, he's like, "You don't let me in this house. I'm calling INS."
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that that's the main reason because he went and he interviewed the kids. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
Like, what an asshole.
Yeah,
it's either him or Ellis.
They're trying to do their live show and he's being a dick the whole time in the background. Fucking get out of here. Just take a truck.
It's either him or Ellis. I couldn't figure out which one I hated more.
I know that Ellis is a shitbag character, but he's a cool asshole, though.
Hans, booby. That's probably the best part about this.
Yeah. Hey, we're old pals. Hey, capiche?
Yep. John, he's got a gun to my head. Hey, listen, Hans, I'm not a method actor. Put the gun away.
This is radio, not TV or something like that. Whatever.
Yep. So, I'm with both. I think Peck, what's his face?
Thornburg.
Yeah, Thornburg wins by a cunt hair on him. But I hated both of them. It was like a toss-up between them. But Thornburg wins by that little amount of margin. Jay Weezy from the chat says, Holly McClane, she's a hoe. Ungrateful one.
Is she a hoe? She's turning all the guys hitting on her down.
That's true.
She could be getting slammed on the desk like that one couple they get in on.
Oh, yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do remember it.
And Vigo's laughing.
Yeah, done boobies. So that's what we got for that. Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna go and check out. Let's talk real quick before we go a little BTS. The beer I got, Power Juicer from Icarus. Imperial Indian Pale Ale, 7.5%. I like it. It's pretty good. Not bad. It's not one of their better beers, but I've had it before. It's very good, so I recommend it. But there's other better Icarus beers out there. So if you're like the one we want the gold. That one's better than this one we had in the previous podcast of GoldenEye.
I think that was the one I said was my favorite one.
Really?
If I remember right.
There was the other one that was with it too.
I had
two Icarus Pierce.
I don't remember. For today or just before?
No, for
Oh, we want the. And I'm sorry, Skyfall was a different one.
yeah.
GoldenEye. I got the one from GoldenEye. So anyway, Brian has a different beer. Let me see your little can here. He's going for his sours. It's very nice. You can see that. That will destroy my esophagus.
It's from Magnify. It's a cherry limeade. It's their R&R. They do different seasonal R&Rs, and they're always very good. This is cherry limeade Imperial Sour Ale. This bad boy is an 11%er. Whew. It's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I might try it after this. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's not too much of either flavor, so that's very good. Like, I think if anything for me, I feel like I taste more of the lime than the cherry. So, but yeah, I'd be drinking this, no problem.
All right, very good. All right, now a little BTS. You guys got anything? Any BTS that are going on? All right, it's me.
I just have one.
Sure.
So we talked about. Well, I know some stuff for the casting waters, but I know you get into that a little bit.
We'll do
later
that
anyway,
after
right? Yeah.
at the end.
The one thing, because everyone loves the Hans Gruber fall, caught Alan Rickman by surprise, and that's why he has that great look on his face.
Oh shit!
So they did the story I read. This is actually something I've heard about before, but I looked it up for this also. So he said he wants to do his own stunt because he wants it to look as real as possible. And so he's like, all right, we're going to do a count. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to drop you. So they basically were like, all right, everybody ready? And they're like, oh, yeah. They just fucking dropped him without saying anything. So that look of terror on his face is actually him probably being like, oh, shit, we're starting.
You motherfucker!
So that's why it's probably a fantastic face as he's going down.
I think the one that I have, it was the Nagatomi building that they use is actually the 20th Century Fox building. And they actually charge themselves rent for it.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's self-rent for use of the unfinished building.
Oh, so this is Fox Pictures also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you charge yourself rent? Is that like a tax write-off?
Probably.
That's how the rich stay rich, those motherfuckers, man. Jesus. Whoa, God, dickheads. So we brought it back.
Well, who's in charge of it? At Fox at the time, Rupert Murdoch, right? So he also, I was reading, he gave McClane like not McClane, Bruce Willis
$5 million.
Yeah. So
highest paid, because no one's got anything higher than that. So, all right.
Trendsetters, huh? Look at that.
You look at that, they are. All right. So the scene where Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman meet up was unrehearsed to create a greater feeling of spontaneity between the two actors. I guess that's why one of our top scenes we got going on there.
And that's why his accent is so bad when he's trying to pretend to be American from. Oh, don't shoot me.
Oh, you're one of them. Much of the script was improvised due to the constant screenplay tweaks that were being made during filming. This is Bruce Willis' favorite role. Has always been John McClane. The line "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker" is used in the other 4 Die Hard movies. Let's see, live blah blah blah. Although a gunshot masks the word "fucker" in the PG-13 cut, it is heard in the unrated version. And A Good Day to Die. In Urdu, the line is translated to "Here, eat this." The line was voted as number 96 of the 100 greatest movie lines by Premiere Magazine in 2007.
Did you say in Urdu, "Yippee-ki-yay" translate to "Here, eat this"?
It's translated, yeah. Here, eat this. So.
Here, eat this, motherfucker. It's pretty good. Interesting. I have a feeling that's not what John Wayne's intent was, or whoever first said that line ever.
Yeah. Well, that one really quick. John Wayne was he bought the original rights to the script and wanted to. He bought the novel rights, and he wanted to be the first one to star in like the late 70s, early 80s, or something like that.
Oh wow!
I heard somebody else from years and years past was originally considered for this role.
So that's what I got. I didn't go too much behind the scenes.
We're gonna say Clint Eastwood.
Well, he was considered for.
Oh, no,
was
it? No, John Wayne's Clint Eastwood. I'm sorry, Clint Eastwood was the one. So,
okay. He was also one of the people who originally was thought for. But anyway, we'll get there. Okay.
What you got there, Kev, for that?
Well, no. So you said this is based on. I don't remember what the name of the novel was. I never read it. I'm not going to pretend to. But when it's like some novel that came out in like the late 70s. When they were first making this, you had mentioned there was a whole bunch of things that are improv because they made so many changes to the script on the fly and doing stuff like that.
Yes.
the novel is a lot different apparently than the movie turned out to be. When they were first doing this, based on the novel, which again I haven't read, but they said the character was perfect for Frank Sinatra.
Really?
And they wanted him to be. Now, this is an action movie now, so it became much different. But whatever the original iteration of Die Hard was supposed to be based on the novel, they wanted Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
But then he said no, and they actually changed it a lot. I don't know what the changes were, but it became a bigger action film afterwards. But the three people that I heard that were considered for the role, I'm sure you get into, are the two lesser ones were Eastwood and Stallone.
Yes.
The big one that everyone talked about was Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the two action.
Because he was the big 80s action star, and they're like, oh, we're going to have him do it. But he couldn't do it for some reason.
It didn't say why. But it was time to. So here's a little BTS from one of our fans, Jay Weezy. He got banned in the chat again. So we probably won't hear from him.
Is that the BTS? BTS.
Yeah. He goes, Die Hard was Alan Rickman's first feature film. Up until that point, he'd only appeared on stage and on British TV. When the chance came up to play the German terrorist, he only very recently arrived in Hollywood and didn't like the idea of his first role being the villain in an action movie. And
that's how you know he's foreign, because being the villain in an action movie is fucking gold.
Wow, so. What a first opening.
A fantastic
role.
Hit. Yeah, an iconic movie.
Yeah,
that's going on.
And an iconic villain
too.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna rank villains over the past fucking 50 years, he's got to be in the top 10.
Can I have an unpopular opinion in the middle of this?
Sure.
Simon Gruber's a better villain than Hans Gruber.
Jeremy Irons.
Brother?
Jeremy Irons. He's fantastic in 3 also.
He is.
I think that's my favorite Die Hard.
I like Die Hard. Die Hard 3 is my favorite one also.
It's
Hey Zeus.
Hey Zeus. Hey Zeus, lightning bolt.
No, he's obviously great.
Yes, motherfucker.
And they got 2 all-time accents to play the 2 brothers, basically Rickman and Jeremy Irons.
Oh shit! Here we go. The Johnsons are on screen.
Big Johnson on the scene. Little Johnson waiting in the wings. He's got those sloppy seconds coming.
Our famous question: Can The Rock make this movie better? Anyone?
So can he make it better? No, but I have a perfect role for him.
Oh, one of the Johnsons?
No, I want him to be Ellis, and I want him to have the same mannerisms as the Ellis in this one.
Yeah, you think Ellis?
Flamboyant, doing the hands, going with the whole kabish and everything like that. You can change Booba. I'm sorry, I'm talking
Hans, Booby.
Bubby. You can change that to
Bobby.
Jabroni if you want. I want The Rock. I want him to have like a cheesy haircut. I want him to sit there and be sitting there going, hey, guys, what's going on here? Hey, sprechen Sie talk?
Maybe.
Does it make the movie better? Probably not, but I think it would be fucking hilarious, though.
Could he be Little Johnson?
That'd be pretty good. Brian, what do you think? Before I say mine.
Could he... I don't think he makes the movie better, but
he could obviously be any terrorist, but that's no fun.
Throw it up. What if you play Thornburg?
Yeah.
On the TV.
No, you can't beat Peck as a sack of fucking dildos.
Yeah,
that's what he's the worst. Goddamn.
He looks at the maid. I'm gonna call INS. What's your name? It doesn't matter what your name is.
Even then, that's pretty funny, but. I would like to see him as make him the computer nerd.
Yeah, what's his name anyway? The black guy.
Oh, it was Theo, right?
Theo.
Yeah, Theo. Yeah,
make him Theo. He reminds me of was it Manute Bol or whoever in Bad Boys? It's not Manute Bol.
No, John Sally.
Yeah, John Sally. He gets up. He's fucking 9 feet tall over Martin Lawrence. He's like, you told me to do this, so make him like that. Wear it's the late '80s, so they can wear baggy shit. So and he fucking takes his shirt off when he gets all happy and breaks his stuff in the coat. He's like, yeah, and things like that. So I think he would be Theo, probably his best role. It would just make it more lively. Man, him coming.
He's a computer guy.
The computer nerd, and
instead of the muscle.
Yeah, then him coming in through the front door with the other. And you think oh shit, this big guy's is gonna shoot, because he'll probably make Vigo looking guy look small. And then he's
making everybody look small.
Yeah, and then the Vigo guy fucking shoots the guy. He's like, "Go do your computer stuff." He's like, "Okay, man," something like that. He'd be like, "What the fuck?" So that's what I think. The Rock should play Holland McClane. Shut the fuck up, Jay Weezy.
It's a very progressive role.
Yeah, it's the 80s. That shit ain't happening. All right. So, should there be a sequel franchise TV series?
Nope,
obviously,
would never work.
Yeah, no, it never works. So,
And
there
again,
obviously.
I agree with Brian. Die Hard 3 is the best one of the films.
I do like.
Fantastic.
I do because I think I like.
Has one of the best intros to a movie ever. Also, Summer in the City's playing, and then the fucking store just blows up. No exposition, no dialogue. We're in. We're just fucking going.
Yeah, just hit the ground running. There we go.
It was a good plot. You know, like they had. You know,
Jeremy Irons is great.
Samuel L. Jackson was fantastic.
He's way better.
And
than
if you hate Holly, she's still a bitch in that movie too.
yeah, she's just. But yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is way better than Al.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A better sidekick than that is. So, but I don't know. It's such a. Well, you know what? A better movie than this, but this one's a better Christmas.
Do you guys like Die Hard 2 at all? Because I don't like that movie
No,
at all.
it's at the fucking airport.
There's a lot of people like that. I'm just like Die Hard 2 sucks.
I like it, but I don't think it's
I
not.
don't
It was such a down. I don't know how the other one they would get more.
This one and 3 are like leagues and leagues better than 2. Even if you like 2, like I don't see how people can like that movie that much.
I can stomach it.
No,
for
I'll go 3. It's tough because I do like 4.
Die Hard with a.
That's the cyber terrorism one.
Yeah.
There was another one that was made after.
I do like that's with his son.
The most recent one.
That's with his son. That was
So no, was it Die Another? No, that's Bond.
nah. So I think I would go.
No, it's No
3,
Time to Die.
3, and then like 4 and 1 are like tied.
All right, so
No Time to Die and A Good Day to Die.
No, live free or
Live
die
Free
hard.
or Die Hard. That was the cyber.
That's cyber terrorism.
That was good.
That's with Justin Long.
I would put that ahead of 2 also. But
Yeah.
I would still go 3,
5
1,
5 is
that.
with
5
his
I haven't
son.
seen.
A Good Day to Die Hard was that one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
And that was, it had potential, but like it just didn't do it. So like that's probably, I guess you could put that between that and 2 to be the worst ones. But I do like 4
4 was good. I remember that one was good.
because it was a cool concept because of obviously like you said it's a cyber terrorism and it's today's day and age. And I do like the fact that they did make him like age, like obviously he's older, but he's like I fucking can't do this anymore. Like I can't be jumping through this shit. I'm fucking hurting. Like where you don't normally see that in like other action guys that are like aging. They're like, nope, dodge another bullet. That's why once again he's like the everyday hero.
Yeah, he gets so much that's going on, and they also do make a mention to was it the cyber terrorism? What the fuck was that one? I just said it. Live Free or Die Hard. He's like, yeah. They're like, John, what are you doing at Rutgers University? And they don't just beat the #1 team in basketball right now. Purdue.
Fuck Purdue.
Yeah. So,
what's a Boilermaker anyway? Is it a train? Fuck off.
It's not a bad drink.
all right. So I think might get into our final thoughts. So final thoughts on Die Hard, the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Kill too.
That was very nice. His head through the
guy
glass.
going through the glass.
So
There we go.
final thoughts.
Hobbit feet.
11 out of 10. Final thoughts on the
I would still
Christmas
stick
movie
with it's not a Christmas movie.
But if it is a Christmas movie, it's literally the greatest Christmas movie ever.
Nah.
I said if it's a Christmas movie.
All right, so let's continue on with your final thoughts of this, Brian.
Besides not a Christmas movie, I do like I said, I like the movie. It's very enjoyable. It changed the action movie genre for the better. Let's be honest. It did because it gives you different sort of heroes that could come out and all this stuff. But it does give you 2 iconic characters. It gives you John McClane, the everyday, working Joe, hero. And then Hans Gruber, who, like I said just before, could arguably be one of the greatest 10 villains of all time in movies. And,
Yep. Yeah.
So, like, it's tough to name people that are, like, better villains than him. So, I do enjoy the movie, but it's not a Christmas movie.
I see, Kev.
I just want to bring up something we talked about before. 2 names popped in my head. I don't know if they're 90s movie stars. If you want to talk about, like, muscle-bound people, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't remember when Bloodsport is, though.
That's 80s.
That's 80s also. The other one, I know Under Siege, he's not muscle bound, though, but then you get Steven Seagal for, like, kind of like action roles also, but he's not really.
But his movies never made it big, and I think that's like 91, 92.
I feel like Under Siege, the first one, was pretty big.
It did.
But
Tommy Lee
Under
Jones.
Siege 2 on the train is no good. But anyway. But for this movie, though, like, again, it's an 80s action film where the action is really good. Like, just sitting here watching the glass scene where the guy gets thrown in and gets his head basically through the window and probably cut through when he lands. Everything is really good. It's enjoyable. The only reason why I just didn't go higher for is I do feel like there's other action movies. Like, Independence Day isn't a better film, in my opinion, than this. But the action sequences, just because there's so much more technology available, makes it a more enjoyable action film. So this is still great. As I said, I think I gave it an 8.5 when I did my ratings. If it's on, I'm watching it. If it's not on, I'll probably look for it. It's actually, I see Jay has the same thing. It's free on IMDb TV, but with commercials. So.
Yep, I'll watch it.
Yeah, so
I'll deal with the commercials.
It's great. This guy getting fucking pissed. This is a great line we didn't bring up. Only John could make someone that fucking angry. But no, and so I would say 8.5. It's a great action film. And again, if it's a Christmas movie, I would rather watch this because people just getting fucking killed nonstop and there's cool shit going on than anything else.
I don't need to open up presents, right? I open up fucking dead bodies. That's what I need. So, wow. Jay Weezy in the chat says Lethal Weapon's so much better than the Die Hard series.
That's
I will agree.
That's a good point. Actually, I'm thinking.
That's
as a series,
as a series is all
but
combined.
Is any individual Lethal Weapon movie better than Die Hard 3? I would say Die Hard 3 is the better movie than any Lethal Weapon movie.
Oh, man. Both Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 were fantastic.
2 was better than 1.
God, it's been so long since I remember that. Maybe
First, the South Africans were better?
Wait, is that what's the one where not Danny Glover? Is it Danny Glover? What's his name? The cop's name?
he's always
Yeah.
Danny Glover.
It is Danny Glover?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
sorry.
been all-
I was
South Africans are the 2. That's Lethal Weapon 2.
What's the one where he's stuck on the toilet? Is that one?
I think that's 2.
That's 2.
That's 2.
2 is the one that I remember being better than.
Lethal
Yeah.
Weapon when he fights the first one when he fights Gary Busey. You want a shot at the title? Come on, man! He fucking chokes him out in the middle of fucking the front yard with the
Christmas
sewer.
decorations and the lights going.
That's a Christmas movie, guys.
You tell me that's a fucking Christmas? This was not.
I think they're both blending together. Is that the same one where the guy can't have anything done to him because he has what's the fucking joke they make in Family Guy where he can't touch the guy? 'Cause diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
That's Lethal
That's
Weapon
one?
2.
That's 2. No, that's still
because
my
they're
favorite
South
one.
Africans.
Yeah, that's my favorite
Yeah.
one. 1 is still good. But if you were going to tell me between Lethal Weapon 2 and Die Hard 3, I would still take Die Hard 3 first. Maybe there's better movies overall for Lethal Weapon, and the spoof of that I can't remember the movie of it with Emilio Estevez is fucking fantastic.
For
What was that
Lethal
movie?
Weapon?
The
Loaded.
Weapon.
Loaded Weapon.
Yes.
Fucking fan,
Yeah.
just taking a random butt in the moonlight walk.
I see. All right, let's bring it back.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Got a little off topic there from the chat and Twitch and everything. So, all right, my final thoughts. Greatest Christmas movie of all time. 11 out of 10. All I gotta say about that. We learned some lessons. I wish Nick was here again, stating, Nick, if you remember, you go through this again, watch this movie. At the end, he learned his lesson. He says, "I'm sorry. I love my wife. Give him another chance." And then also, Sergeant Al Powell, motherfucker, is able to kill someone again after he made a mistake in killing a young juvenile. So, a lot of lessons, a lot
Redemption.
Can I bring up this is a random side point. I'm probably
Sure.
So a Christmas movie has to have a lesson that you learn, right? That's what Nick's contention is.
Yeah, that was it.
Is Gremlins a Christmas movie?
Don't
Gremlins is the first one. Gremlins
Yeah.
is
Don't throw water on them?
That's like, don't throw water
What
on
lesson do you
Gizmo.
learn in Gremlins? Don't feed them after midnight.
And don't throw water on.
But
I guess.
Gremlins is 100% a Christmas movie, right? And it's an action horror movie.
Yeah, I mean,
If that's a Christmas movie, why is this not a Christmas movie?
I know.
I don't really.
Why? Because little
count
fucking
Gremlins.
monsters wear Santa hats?
Gremlins has to be a Christmas movie.
I think it is. We have to look at the list again. See what it is. So anyway, so that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us on our Twitch stream, guys. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed it.
Hey, I'm working here. Hey.
We thought there wouldn't be anyone who would notice that. All the holes are on 44th Street. So. Our
Switch. I got a switch right here.
Yeah. Our next episode will be, again, we fucking didn't plan ahead. So, it's up in the air. We'll see. It's definitely going to be a Christmas movie, just like this one and Elf. So we're gonna finish this trilogy with another Christmas one. We may even go into a fourth one before the end of the year. We'll see how it goes, and maybe some sort of special, how we did last time with the close out the year with. Remember, this is the end. We closed it out, so we might do something a little special there. We'll see how it goes. Again, if you want to be part of the Reels, Booze, and Bros experience, aka RB2 podcast experience, check us out on our website, reelsboozebros.com. All our social media that's there. And again, thank you for tuning in. We're going to come to a close. Cheers, everybody.
So the reason why it's stupid is because I want to thank, you would think, is the subject of the sentence. I want to thank everyone who wished Shane and I, or me, does the I from her being the subject of the
I thought it would
sentence
be
at the
like, I
beginning
think it would
carry
make sense
over?
more if it was Shane and myself.
But just looking at it grammatically, Shane and I sounds right because I feel like they're the subjects
I
of the sentence,
agree,
and the
but
people thanking them are the
I agree,
objects,
but
I can't tell.
I agree, but I think it sounds better. Like, and that shouldn't be the reasoning why, but it's. I would like to thank everyone that, said it, Shane and myself.
That probably makes sense because the myself is probably used from the I at the beginning of the sentence, and that would make it, if she's the subject of the sentence, then would it carry over to the Shane and I afterwards? Mm-hmm. It's above my pay grade. This is why I only teach community college.
I know this is probably a question I fucking had to answer.
Oh, how did your interview go?
I have another one tomorrow morning.